This is another Batman story.
Batman Gotham's Night Number 1. Gotham on Fire. Saga 1, Gods, Monsters, and Mortals, Part 1. Mortals. Morning sunlight poured through the towering glass windows of Wayne Enterprises, illuminating the sleek executive offices that overlook Gotham City. Founded generations ago by the Wayne family, Wayne Enterprises had grown from a small manufacturing company into one of the largest corporations in the world. Its divisions funded hospitals, schools, scientific research, public transportation, and countless charities throughout Gotham. Thomas Wayne had always believed that wealth carried responsibility, and Bruce intended to honor that belief. Dressed in a tailored suit, Bruce Wayne sat through a board meeting while executives discussed quarterly earnings, construction projects, and investment opportunities. To everyone in the room, Bruce appeared distracted. They assumed he simply wasn't interested. Only Alfred knew the truth. Bruce wasn't thinking about profits. He was thinking about crime. As the meeting concluded, Lucius Fox handed Bruce a folder. These are the proposals for rebuilding several neighborhoods in the East End. Bruce nodded. Approve the funding. All of it, every dollar. Lucius smiled. Your father would have done the same. Bruce looked out across Gotham's skyline. I'm counting on it. Night fell, far beneath Wayne Manor. Bruce stood before the massive computer inside the Batcave. Now wearing the Batsuit, he examined a digital map of Gotham. Colored markers covered nearly every district. Red represented the Falcone crime family. Blue marked Maroni territory. Yellow identified independent gangs. Purple indicated suspected smuggling routes. The map resembled a battlefield. Bruce quietly spoke into the cave. Falcone controls most of the docks. Maroni has expanded into Burnley. The Narrows remain contested. He highlighted several locations. Organized crime is becoming more aggressive. Before he could continue, a voice echoed from the police scanner he had secretly connected to Gotham City's emergency communications. All available units. Multiple reports of a structure fire. Monarch Theater. Bruce's eyes narrowed. The Monarch Theater. The same theater where he had watched his last movie with his parents. Seconds later, the Batmobile roared from the Batcave. Flames consumed the front entrance of the Gotham Monarch Theater. Firefighters struggled to contain the blaze. Police officers forced crowds away from the scene. Batman arrived unseen, gliding onto the roof from a nearby building. Using the confusion as cover, he slipped inside through a broken skylight. The theater was engulfed in smoke. He activated the Cowles forensic scanner. Near the lobby entrance, he knelt. Gasoline? Fresh. He carefully collected a sample. Whoever started the fire had been deliberate, professional. Batman searched every hallway, every emergency exit, every backstage corridor, nothing. No footprints, no fibers, no fingerprints. The fire department eventually extinguished the flames before the building could collapse. Batman disappeared before anyone noticed he had ever been there. Several days later, civil unrest erupted in the Diamond District. A protest had transformed into violent riots. Windows shattered, cars overturned, stores were looted. Batman intervened, disarming armed agitators and rescuing trapped civilians before Gotham City Police finally restored order. As he crossed the rooftops afterward, the police scanner crackled again. Attention all units. Fire reported at Panessa Studios. Batman immediately changed direction. Panessa Studios burned brighter than the Monarch Theater had. Smoke billowed high into the night sky. Firefighters fought desperately to save the historic film studio. Batman entered through a collapsed side entrance. His scanner immediately detected traces of gasoline. Then something new. Petroleum. He crouched beside a scorched hallway. The chemical trail continued several yards before ending abruptly, almost as if whoever had started the fire had intentionally covered their tracks. Again, no witnesses, no suspects, no useful evidence. Batman frowned. This wasn't random. He had barely left the studio. The police scanner erupted once more. Multiple alarms. Gotham Opera House. Major fire in progress. Batman accelerated across Gotham's rooftops. By the time he arrived, flames had already climbed the grand exterior. Fortunately, that evening's performance had been canceled due to electrical maintenance. The building was empty. Police had completely surrounded the scene. Batman couldn't simply walk in. The officers still considered him an unidentified vigilante. Waiting until the firefighters created an opening, Batman silently slipped inside unnoticed. The smell struck him immediately. Gasoline, liquid petroleum, the same combination. Then something glimmered beneath fallen debris. Batman carefully reached down. A broken glass bottle. Most of it had shattered from the heat. He examined the neck of the bottle. If you made one mistake, he sealed it inside an evidence container. I'll find it. Back inside the Batcave, the bottle rested inside a forensic chamber. Bruce activated the computer. Chemical analysis confirmed exactly what he'd expected. Gasoline, liquid petroleum. He carefully examined the bottle beneath ultraviolet light. No fingerprints. He sighed. Gloves. Then, the scanner detected organic material. A tiny amount of saliva remained near the bottle's opening. Bruce immediately isolated the sample. If you're careless. The DNA sequencer began processing. While the computer worked, Bruce returned to Gotham's digital map. 3 fires, 3 historic landmarks. He enlarged photographs of each property, then noticed something. Ownership records. He opened another file, the Monarch Theater, Panessa Studios, Gotham Opera House. Bruce compared them, his eyes narrowed. Same owner. Someone wasn't simply committing arson. See, they were targeting one man's properties. The question was, why? The following night, music echoed throughout Rock City nightclub, a popular but aging club tucked deep within the Narrows. The headline performer that evening was internationally famous singer Cassidy DeVito. She stood beneath bright stage lights performing her hit song Torch. The audience cheered. Without warning, an explosion erupted behind the stage. Flames burst through curtains. Panic spread instantly. People screamed. Emergency exits flooded with terrified patrons. Batman arrived moments later. Smoke poured from broken windows. Inside, the fire spread unnaturally fast. He heard someone crying for help. Following the sound, Batman found Cassidy trapped beneath fallen stage equipment. She looked up through tears. Help me. Batman lifted the heavy steel beam effortlessly. Can you walk? I think so. He guided her through collapsing hallways as burning debris crashed around them. They escaped just seconds before part of the roof collapsed. Outside, Cassidy struggled to catch her breath. Batman knelt beside her. Who did this? She stared at him. I saw him. Batman remained silent. He kept laughing. What was his name? She swallowed hard. Garfield Lins. Batman looked back toward the burning nightclub. Without another word, he disappeared into the flames once more. After firefighters gained control of the blaze, Batman resumed his investigation. Near the rear exit, his scanner detected new chemical traces. Gasoline, nitroglycerin, different from the previous fires, more volatile, more dangerous. He marked the location before returning to the Batcave. Hours later, Bruce stood before the Batcomputer reviewing every piece of evidence. Footprints, chemical compounds, property records, witness testimony. Nothing fit together completely. The elevator descended. Alfred stepped into the cave carrying a tablet. The laboratory has completed its analysis. Bruce turned. No fingerprints? I'm afraid not. Alfred adjusted his glasses. However, there was a minute sample of saliva preserved on the bottle. Bruce waited. Fortunately, after the charity gala hosted by the Gotham City Police Department earlier this year, you were able to gain access to the department's criminal DNA database. Alfred looked down at the report. The sample belongs to, Batman interrupted before Alfred could finish, Garfield Lins. Silence filled the Batcave. Bruce slowly looked toward the evidence board. For the first time, the serial arsonist had a name. End of Batman Gotham's Night #1, Gotham on Fire.